As the season winds down, don't let the memories of an unusual season fade. Let Varsity Media relive the season filled with great plays, exhilaration, and joy with a highlight video. For the athletes going to college, Varsity Media's recruiting videos have been the engine that drives the application to the coach. Our history has shown a Varsity Media recruiting video has saved parents hundreds of thousands of dollars. For the athletes not yet ready for college, a Varsity Media highlight video will be remembered forever, and the highlights will be there for life. An end-of-season team highlight video will capture a successful season filled with hard work, unpredictability, a testament to the administration and athletes. Call Varsity Media today to start creating a video filled with highlights from a very unusual season. Highlights that will forever be watched. Contact us at 516-403-2050.
The Long Island Championships, the final day of the boys lacrosse season on Long Island is here, and so are we at Varsity Media. It's the Varsity Media Long Island Championship show, the pregame and the postgame. We have had a couple of doozies. Hello everyone, Dylan Butler here for the Varsity Media Sports Network. We went overtime in the Class D Championship with Friends Academy defeating Port Jefferson. And moments ago, what a Class A final. Look at the crowd that poured in here at East Islip High School. A packed house for Northport and Syosset in the Class A Championship. We will get you those highlights in a few moments. But first, we wanted to thank our sponsors for today's shows. It's the Breakout Goaltending Group, where Tim O'Meara and Brian Soper, the former Adelphi great and current Oyster Bay head coach, lead an unbelievable bunch of goalie training. At Breakout, they've got goalie training for boys and girls, ages of all ages and abilities. It's Long Island's most comprehensive goalie training. It's year-round. It starts with the Comp 60 beginner program, onto middle school, high school, college, committed programs. They do it all for you at Breakout Goaltending Group. And also want to thank Anthony Alexander and Igloo Lacrosse. Igloo Lacrosse, one of the premier lacrosse programs certainly on Long Island. So many players who have competed for county championships. We had Anthony on earlier in our first show. Thought maybe the list was over 40 of guys who have competed here in the Nassau and the Suffolk Championships, as well as the Long Island Championships from Igloo Lacrosse. All right, so we promised you some highlights of the Class A final. It was a classic. It's Syosset out of Nassau County. It's Northport out of Suffolk County. We start here in the third quarter, where AJ Alexander cutting the Braves deficit to 8-7. Danny Garone works his way from X in front of the goal. He gets the goal and the foul. That makes it Syosset back in front 9-8. But Jack Hellrigel responds. Dodges from X from the top. He ties it at 9 with 5:49 left in the third quarter. On to the fourth quarter we go. The money quarter. And it's Tristan Triolo who will give the Tigers a 10-9 lead. Here it comes. Triolo, the finish. And the Tigers are out front. Emerson Payne scores to extend it 11-9. Syosset responds right away, though. Danny Garone scores to make it 11-10. 20 seconds later, Syosset threatening to tie the score late and possibly send this game into overtime. They had 2 bites at the apple, but the Tigers will hold strong. Northport, tough defense, great goaltending by Andrew Tittman, and there is the celebration. The Tigers are victorious. They win this one 11-10. They capture the Long Island Class A championship. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll bring in some of the top players from this game as well. A couple of the Northport recently victorious Long Island champions. You're watching the Varsity Media Long Island Championship Show.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games.
Top of the key, Smith. Why not? Wow. Bang! McKee, first down and more! Charlie McKee! Touchdown, Oceanside!
School events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
And we're back here at East Islip Middle School with the victorious Tigers of Northport, the recently crowned Class A champions. And Coach Sarasi, we have in the middle, you see here with the plaque. To our left is their goalie, Andrew Tittman, and Casey Fortunato to our right. Coach, I guess we start with you. So this is year one. You win a Long Island championship. Pressure is on for you going forward. How does it feel?
Well, I'm just going to enjoy this moment right now and not worry so much about tomorrow. Just enjoy this with this group, this team. I'm so proud of them, and they earned this. And great job by Syosset. They're one heck of a team as well. And credit to our team in the way that we responded with some of those tough spots in that game.
Larry, we spoke ahead of the Ward Melville regular season game, and I think at the time you were 3-3, and you were like, look, our record doesn't tell the whole story. We had 1-goal games, we had tough losses. Your team was still trying to find itself. It seemed like they did as that season went on. That was a big win, that regular season win against Ward Melville. You follow it up, obviously, with that county championship. How did going through the sort of season here, where did it maybe change for the better for you guys?
Yeah, I think that Ward Melville game was key. I think our leaders really stepped up. We have 16 seniors, and we have guys that have been playing lacrosse for a long time. They've been playing together for many, many years. So losing that year last year because of the pandemic, we were a little slower to start. But once we kind of were clicking, things were going well for us.
Andrew, to start with you, what's the immediate emotion here? I mean, it was some heart-pounding moments there in the final few minutes. They had the ball. Their threats they have. They've got a lot of firepower up front. What was it like to be in that cage knowing that, if they score a goal, potentially going to overtime?
Complete note of confidence in who was in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I trust every single one of the people in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I trust everybody's going to do their job, including myself, and we're going to go out there and finish this 1.6 seconds left and close it out.
the emotion for you when you realized that you did close out those seconds and you had a bunch of your brothers running towards you to celebrate. I'd imagine as a goalie, perhaps no better feeling.
I've been with all these kids, 27 Casey. I've been with all of them forever. They've been running to me for the last 8 years, and nothing was sweeter than this one.
Mm-hmm.
Casey, following up with that as well. I mean, look, you had to knock off a juggernaut, a 4-time defending champion in Ward Melville, right, to get here. And Syosset, the team that has a little bit more recent history in this game than you guys did. What was the key for you guys to get this win?
Just sticking to our game plan, not falling into anything that they were trying to do. Just if we play our game, we're the best on the island, and today we showed that.
Mm-hmm.
How important was that maybe first punch in the face for you guys where you jumped out? I think it was like 6-2. You knew they'd respond, but just maybe there were nerves or just to settle that and get playing lacrosse to get that big early lead. How important was that?
I think it was important because it helped settle everyone down and just get everyone in the right mindset that we're here, we can play with anyone, and that we're going to go win this game.
And then just down the stretch there too, where they get a 9-8 lead just about midway through the third quarter, and the response comes immediately where you guys tie it. You take the lead early in the fourth quarter. It's the money quarter, right? The final 12 minutes.
Yep.
What did you guys do well there?
Well, really, we've just been there before. First game of the year, we lost in triple overtime. We know how to play from behind, and we're not uncomfortable when we're down a goal in the fourth quarter. We know that on offense, even if we make a bad pass, turn it over, we still have Tittman in the net to back us up and bail us out. So,
as Andrew said, you guys are teammates for a very long time.
Yep.
You're town guys. There's been some juggernauts, and on Long Island in Suffolk County. We're from West Islips to Ward Melvilles. Is this Northport's time to kind of put the Tigers on the map now?
Yep.
Clearly right now, right, the best on Long Island.
Yep. We are the map.
Girls and boys. Girls and boys.
Yeah, Larry, that's a great point. How special is that? Look, you guys are a family, a lacrosse family,
absolutely,
an athletic family. To go back to win consecutive championships, how special is that?
I gave our guys such a sense of motivation when all those girls came on the field, and they walked and they sat in the stands. We feed off each other and we support each other, and I'm so proud of Coach Rose and that girls program, and they feel the same way about ours.
All right, Larry. Well, Larry, listen, we know your AD well. We're going to put in for a raise for you. I think you deserve it after that kind of year one. Andrew Tittman, Casey Fortunato, Larry Ceresi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very
much. As well on the championship.
Thank you.
So we'll take a quick break, and we will preview the Class B championship between Garden City and Comstock. That comes up next. You're watching the Varsity Media Long.
As the season winds down, don't let the memories of an unusual season fade. Let Varsity Media relive the season filled with great plays, exhilaration, and joy with a highlight video. For the athletes going to college, Varsity Media's recruiting videos have been the engine that drives the application to the coach. Our history has shown a Varsity Media recruiting video has saved parents hundreds of thousands of dollars. For the athletes not yet ready for college, a Varsity Media highlight video will be remembered forever, and the highlights will be there for life. An end-of-season team highlight video will capture a successful season filled with hard work, unpredictability, a testament to the administration and athletes. Call Varsity Media today to start creating a video filled with highlights from a very unusual season. Highlights that will forever be watched. Contact us at 516-403-2050.
And we're back here at East Islip High School. There you see Newsday's Gene Morris getting an interview with Northport's head coach, Larry Ceresi. Read his story in Newsday tomorrow morning. Again, I want to thank our sponsors, the Breakout Goaltending Group, Tim O'Meara and Brian Soper. Soper, the former Adelphi Gray, current Oyster Bay head coach. You get goalie training for boys and girls of all ages and ability. It's Long Island's most comprehensive goalie training. It is year-round. It starts with Comp 60 to middle school elite, high school elite, college committed. program as well. It's 2-to-1 player to coach ratio. That's breakout goaltending group. And of course also Igloo Lacrosse, another proud sponsor of our Varsity Media Long Island Championship show. I want to show you their tryout evaluation camp. That's coming up next month. We had Anthony Alexander on before to explain the situation there. You see all the age groups, and you can register at igloolax.com. Let's also show, if we can, we don't have it, I don't believe. So 43, I think, is the number of players in the Nassau and Suffolk championships that have competed in Igloo. They're all part of the program, certainly one of the premier travel lacrosse programs on Long Island. All right, we head to the Class B, and let's take a look at the bracket and how we got to where we are. And you can see Garden City, right, that usual team that we see in the mix. They defeated Cary, and then Comstock. A little bit, not necessarily an upset run, but they've not been here as recently as Garden City has. And you see there, they defeated West Islip after a tight win over Harborfield. Garden City's road here went through Southside and then Cary. We've got some of those moving images of those games. First with Garden City. Trojans, of course, a team synonymous with lacrosse greatness, but the Trojans haven't posed for a championship pick since 2018 when they won the Nassau, the Long Island, and the state championships. Ryan Connolly gets them going early with his first of 3 goals in the first quarter. Luke Schmidt, a nice fake to beat the halftime buzzer to send Garden City into the break up 5-2. Bobby Seal, he has been a lightning bug all year for Garden City with his speed and his tenacity. Here he comes off the scramble. Watch Seal at the doorstep. Right here, the spin. There's going to be a pass in front. Here's Seal behind the back. What a great goal for his third of the game. And Garden City, they are Class B champions again. 11-8 victors over Cary, and their first championship since 2018. So the Trojans booked their ticket with that win. And Comstock, well, they had to take on West Islip, and we just mentioned one of the elite programs for years and years, and Comstock raced out to a fast start. They led 2-1 after 1. The score was tied at 5 at halftime, but a big second half from the Warriors. They go on a 7-0 run thanks to some big face-off wins by Kevin Radman. Michael Katz had 4 goals. Jake Deasy 2 and 4. James Matanorn had 2 and 3 as Comstock defeats West Islip 14-7. They win their first county crown since 2010. Celebration was on for Comstock as they win the Suffolk Class B title. We'll take another quick break and we'll get you some impact players to watch here in the Class B Championship. You're watching the Varsity Media Long Island Championship Show.
Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
That was McCarthy. He's got. Oh, he's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
We welcome you back to East Islip Middle School. We are approaching game 3 of 4 on the day. We've had champions crowned in Class D. The Friends Academy Quakers So Nassau took a 1-0 lead in championships, and then Suffolk with the response as we just spoke to the victorious Tigers of Northport, who pulled out a 1-goal win over Syosset. So now it's time for the B Championship, and again, it's two teams that are vastly different in playoff and championship experience. Garden City, of course, with so many of the greats teams on Long Island. We'll take a look at some impact players for Garden City, and it starts with their number 15. We'll go to Jack Cascadin at first. Listen, we should go there first. He is the face-off guru and one of the best. We've seen what he could do in Nassau County, and Cascadin looking to have that same impact here as well in the championship game. Cascadin, 11 goals and 1 assist. Now, he does play on the second midfield, but so many of those goals, they come out of a result of a clean face-off win. The Cornell-bound junior, he's like at 71% on the year, winning so many face-offs. Cascadin is also a beast. He's 6'2", 210. Just what a player he is, and a different sort of a beast at the face-off X. Certainly a guy to keep an eye out for. So when he wins the face-offs, they've got a very versatile attack. So we could have picked a number of their players on the offensive side, but we're going to go with Ryan Connolly, the Skidmore-bound senior. There's his numbers. You see it, 37 goals, 12 assists on the year. A great finisher, the senior is. Great hands. He has worked so hard to get to where he is. When he gets the ball around the goal, Steve Fennell, the Garden City head coach, says he reminds him of Justin Gutterding. And you remember, of course, Gutterding, a standout for Garden City, went on to star at Duke, the all-time leading scorer until Mac O'Keefe, a Syosset graduate, then broke that with Penn State. A good finisher around the cage, a good shooter, and the captain as well. Good leader for Garden City. For Comstock, you've got some standout players, including that guy right there. You love a goalie whose last name is Oak, because he is an absolute tree in the cage. Look at his numbers here on the year. 126 saves. That's an unbelievable save percentage. Usually for a lacrosse goalie, you're at like 50, 51. Oak is all the way up to 69%. He'll go to Quinnipiac next year. Mason Oak, a huge impact player for Comstock. Another guy to keep an eye out for. There you see number 1, Jake Deasy. Deasy up front, an attacker. You love that balanced scoring, right? He's not just a guy putting up 50 goals a year as he's shagging a ball right now, right by our broadcast spot. There he is, Deasy, the Marist commit. Look at that, 32 goals, 31 assists. We talked about the game that he had in that county championship win. A big impact as well there for Comstock, and we expect Deasy to be huge for Comstock. So Garden City's got the experience. Comstock, it's been a while since they've been here. It was a while since Northport was here as well, but they claimed the crown. Who will win this one? Is it Garden City reclaiming their past glory, or will Comstock come away with the win and lift the trophy in front of a crowd that is still filing in here at East Islip Middle School? The game will start in about 11 minutes' time. Then after that game, we'll bring you first the moving images. We'll have a lot of the highlights, the trophy celebration, and, of course, some post-game interviews as well. We want to, again, remind you and thank our sponsors. It's the Breakout Goaltending Group. They do a great job training goalies of boys and girls of all ages and abilities. Long Island's most comprehensive goalie training. It's year-round. It starts from Comp 60 beginner program to middle school, high school elite, college committed, and more. It's a 2-to-1 player-to-coach ratio. It's staffed by men and women dedicated to the development of the individual goalie, both physically and mentally. Breakout Goaltending Group, one of our proud sponsors. We thank them. Also want to thank, of course, Igloo Lacrosse, and they've got some tryout evaluation camp coming up in about a month's time or so. And again, this is not just high school age. You see there as well. It goes all the way from the 2024s all the way to the 2033 clinic team. Open registration there. To register, you go to igloolax.com. It's the Igloo Lacrosse Tryout Evaluation Camp. So tune in after this Class B championship. We'll have all the highlights for you, as well as some interviews with the victorious Class B champions. It's Long Island Championship Day. It's the final day of the lacrosse season, and you knew that Varsity Media would be there. We thank you so much for watching the Varsity Media Long Island Championship Show, and tune in about 2 hours' time or so for the Class B postgame and the pregame of the Class C final between Mount Sinai and Manhasset. We'll see you then, everyone.
As the season winds down, don't let the memories of an unusual season fade. Let Varsity Media relive the season filled with great plays, exhilaration, and joy with a highlight video. For the athletes going to college, Varsity Media's recruiting videos have been the engine that drives the application to the coach. Our history has shown a Varsity Media recruiting video has saved parents hundreds of thousands of dollars. For the athletes not yet ready for college, a Varsity Media highlight video will be remembered forever, and the highlights will be there for life. An end-of-season team highlight video will capture a successful season filled with hard work, unpredictability, a testament to the administration and athletes. Call Varsity Media today to start creating a video filled with highlights from a very unusual season. Highlights that will forever be watched. Contact us at 516-403-2050.